Hello everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to Bitcoin, big CoinsKid cruise. So right now Bitcoin, I do think it's running into a bit of resistance. There is a bit of a bearish pattern that's emerging as well as a little bullish pattern. I'm going to go through this with you. But one thing that Bitcoin's doing here is breaking back above the 200-day moving average. Okay, so to drop this into your charts, go to indicators, type in moving average like this, moving average, and you'll see it just there, that one at the top of the technicals. Just drop it in, click it to drop it into your charts. Go to the left on the drop down here, go to the MA at the bottom, go to the cog and put your input as 200, and then obviously that's my style. You can have any style you want, but right now to keep it onto your charts, just keep the MA ticked. You can drop it in and out if you go to the eye icon like that. You see that? So these are little indicators I've got into the charts that you can take in and out as you please. But right now, drop that back in. I do apologize. Right now, Bitcoin, it is breaking up back above it. Okay, so it's got everyone really bullish. It is a bullish sign, to be honest with you. Can we hold it as support? That would be great. Like I said to you, we need to see the consistent closing above support. But it's probably, we could add it to the sort of list of bullish indicators that are starting to print in the charts here, that if this does ramp up and starts to take off, we can look back and say, well, the signals were there. Why were we ignoring them? So how powerful is this signal? Well, let's take a look at the previous cycle just there for Bitcoin where we came down. We take a look at this cycle just there. I mean, just there when we got back above it, in my opinion, I think this was some kind of A, B, C, so this was get back above, came back below, and then we broke out and actually put an all-time high. But I think that's an irregular high, so that's a bit of an anomaly after falling down underneath it, to be honest with you. Just if we take a look at this previous cycle, from this top all the way to the bottom, we started to break back above, we consolidated above, and then we took off. So I think this is what everyone's expecting, some kind of consolidation here of a few weeks, a few months, and then take off. And if we do, fantastic, the signals were there. We're breaking above the 200-day moving average, we're getting all those signals in the charts, like I said to you in yesterday's video, the 2-week MACD right there with a bullish cross under the zero line. We could look back and say, well, the signals were there, why were we ignoring them? But obviously for this to be to come to fruition, we need to see the consistent closes above this right now. So I think a very negative thing for Bitcoin, to be honest with you, which would invalidate this bullish impulse, would be if it consolidates and then drops. So if we start to see it lose this EMA moving average, the 200-day moving average, then I think technically that we could look at that as quite bearish, where we're at least going to come down for a double tap of the low or retest it basically and retrace. So if we take a look to the left on the previous cycle, we did do something very similar. We spent all this time under the 200-day moving average. As soon as we got above it, yay, came back, lost it, and had a double tap, like a double bottom down there, before we did actually maintain it and hold it as support. So this is what we're looking for going forward. And in time, when Bitcoin goes up and comes back and goes up and comes back, you're going to have opportunities to buy back in on this line, look, because this is what it does. In an uptrend, it holds it as support. Do you see that? And that's what we're looking for. In the minute, we're breaking out, fantastic. We just need to see the consolidation, another breakout, fall back to support, consolidation, breakout, fall back to support, so on and so forth, to sort of get excited about the potential that we have reverse a trend. And there's going to be lots of opportunity to buy the uptrend, okay? But this is what we're looking for confirmation in the charts right now. Equally, what I'm looking for on the weekly time frame, more than anything, if I drop this in as well, this is called the 21 EMA zones by TR. It's a great little indicator. Let me drop this moving average out for you as well. If we take a look at the weekly time frame, what we need to see is this stay green, in my opinion. Okay, so this is a great little indicator. Let me take the candles out right now. To do that, you go up to the top. Where are we? Eye on that. So we're looking for this to stay green after this potential capitulation, okay, down here, in November last year. We're looking for this to stay consistently green now, because it's exactly what it did in this cycle. We bottomed out, we started to come up, and we stayed green. We never looked back. We come down here, we bottomed out, we got back above, we stayed green, and we never looked back. So in my opinion, I think that if this does flash red again, then this is a bull trap. This is some kind of relief rally, bear market rally, fake out, liquidity grab, bull trap, whatever you want to call it. So going forward, we just need to see this particular indicator again stay green. So that particular indicator is called the 21 EMA zones by TR. Get it into your charts, okay? So until we start to see consistently staying green on this chart, then there is always the possibility that this is just some kind of dead cat bounce before we make another new low, okay? So time, patience is what's important in this market, okay? So anyway, let's dive into the Bitcoin chart and see what we can see on the 4-hourly time frame. So looking at Bitcoin on the 4-hourly time frame, then I think you are potentially in a little bull flag technical target right here. Okay, so you broke out just here in a potential wave 3. There's some kind of wave 4, and right now you're sort of coming up like this. There is a bit of a bearish pattern that's beginning to emerge. Like I said to you, price maturity creates all sorts of different patterns. For me at the minute, I think Bitcoin is trying to get to that sort of bull flag target and potentially this white line, where I do think it's a level of resistance where potentially coming for some kind of big correction, okay, which is possibly a wave 2 or the beginning of a new impulsive move to the downside. And this is what I said to you, just be patient, sit on the sidelines. If you're not necessarily in Bitcoin, I know you're feeling FOMO and things like that, but you will retrace, you will come back, you will hold support, you know, if you are bullish and you're forming a new uptrend. So right now, potentially coiled up in a wave 4, and we're looking for the continuation of a potential wave 5. There's some kind of little bull flag like this, okay? So it's broken out, fell back to the neckline support, and it's looking to take off. So at the minute though, there is a bit of a bearish pattern that's emerging. I'm going to show you. So this is some kind of level of resistance just there for Bitcoin, and then this is a level of support like this, a potential rising channel. Some would say that this is a rising wedge. So I think if you start to see Bitcoin coming down and closing below this ascending level of support, you could look for a short coming back down to this 55, okay? And you could say that what you've got is a wave 3 that ended there, some kind of wave 4, and then boom, that's your wave 5. And you're not necessarily going to get to that target, and you're going to start a big ABC wave 2 retracement back down to the November lows right there for Bitcoin, okay? So it's all about the retracement that will come in eventually. We'll see some kind of big pullback, you know, retracement, people taking profit. It's all about that support that comes in, will give a game away. Now, you know, these rising wedges and these rising channels, people think that primarily they are bearish, but not always, okay? There's a statistic, you know, I think it's what is it, patternsite.com or something. There is a statistic right there that these break up, obviously, and obviously they break down. A little bit more biased towards the fact that they do break down. But we did have one on Cardano the other day, out of a bull flag, that exactly the same, broke out, fell back to support, coiled up in a sort of rising wedge, and then took off and got to the bull flag target, okay? So let's keep an eye on this, because I think if you start to see Bitcoin closing above this red line here, this resistance, okay, that it's been running into, I think that's bullish, and you start to get a break towards a white line, okay? And obviously, if you start to come down and you start to lose this level of support just there, and you start to see Bitcoin losing this 10 EMA, because look how tight it's getting in there. See the 10 EMA on the 4-hourly time frame? This is the blue line. It's getting really tight. If you start to see it closing below that, potentially closing below the 20, boom, you're down on the 55, and it's going to offer an amazing short opportunity. So there is a trade that's coming, you know. A lot of people say, you're going to say it's going to go up or down, but I can't determine exactly what it's going to do, because price action determines it. Obviously, there's always a chance it can go up, there's always a chance it can go down. So what you do, you trade on confirmation. If we break this resistance, I would look to go long up to this target here and potentially white line before a big ABC. If you start to lose this as support, I would be looking for at least an opportunity to come down to the 55, okay, and level this playing field out for Bitcoin to sort of go again. But with this, we do have a bearish divergence that's forming, okay, where we're making a series of higher highs in the price action like this. Always use your candle bodies, and then in the RSI we're creating a bearish divergence. We've got this resistance. Now, one telltale sign of an impulsive move to the upside would be breaking out of this. So if we start to see Cardano, I'm going to say Cardano, I do apologize, Bitcoin coming up and taking out this resistance, okay, in the RSI, for me that could be an indication before you break this resistance here, the fact that you're going to come up and make an impulsive move, okay, for Bitcoin. So, you know, come to your charts, draw these resistance lines. The stock's in a perfect position, to be honest with you, for an impulsive move up. So this could be a little bit of a bear trap in the sense that you go down like this and start to come down, and then boom, you break to the upside. And then you've got that sort of final fifth wave here up towards that white line, around about 23171, before you then come in for the big retracement, you know. So hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. And remember, you can always trade this breakout, which is coming for Bitcoin, on Bybit or PrimeXBT. The choice is yours. Both are fantastic exchanges with fantastic sign-up bonuses. Ride the waves, CoinsKid crew. Take care. Back soon with another update on Bitcoin. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Bye-bye.